Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our YouTube account and we are getting ready and prepping for the Abyssal Expedition, guys. Now we know overall matchmaking starts in 45 hours. Make sure you get in here, and especially guys, if you're gonna go in here and you're really gonna try in the Vault of Time, go ahead and do the honorable enrollment versus the casual enrollment. That is really the big way, or the big difference between these two. Casual, we see a lot of AFK players. If you're looking to maximize the rewards, definitely hop on the honorable enrollment. That way you can go in there and play with some players that are really focused on finishing that out. Now guys, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the comps in here. Now also remember that this is going to be a ranked season. That's right, the first one was the beta season. This Vault of Time, or the Abyssal Expedition, is going to be the ranked season. So players are going to be hardcore in here trying to get those frames. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guide that Zero put out. That is absolutely amazing. All right, guys, so here is the guide. Now, Zero has put some of these out for the pets and also for the Abyssal Expeditions in the past. Definitely check out his YouTube channel, guys, youtube.com/@Zero_GT. Definitely check it out. It is right in the top. And I will also put a link down below. I'm not sure if I've seen it up on Reddit yet, but I will put a link in there for the one that we have on Discord. That is where I got this out of the crowdsourcing right there, the Discord, the Zero crowdsource rate. And that second one is where we're getting this information from. So looking at here, guys, season 11 ranked teams. These are the strongest teams that we have in there. These are the teams that we're seeing a lot of damage. And you can see he even put the damage in there, guys. 20.7 billion S2 Linda SP. So this is running Gavis. Now, of course, the numbers in here, guys, and you have to remember that the numbers in here are super subjective to the heroes that you have built and how high you have them built. Now, again, the Abyssal Expedition is a very competitive mode. So building out collections, of course, in this game mode are going to be huge, guys. It is going to be monster to have collections built out of there, but also some of these heroes to substitute. So going through the ranked teams right here, we see we do have Liberta with usually the regular party, Lucilla and Demia in there. We have the awakened version of Athalia with Naruko as a buffer, almost pulling 20 billion damage right there, which is awesome. We have Rem and Grez in here, guys. Now, Grez is still making an appearance in a lot of different content, which is the reason why I still do love the hero and very cool to see. But also note in here, guys, that a lot of these are built to probably 80 or 100. So again, depending on where you're building those, you might have a little bit of a variation in here. Now, some of the key points to really look in here, guys, is like this team, guys, we are seeing Eugene. Now, of course, the test server is a little bit ahead of us. We are seeing Eugene in those formations as well, which again, pretty cool to see that he is being used just at the mythic level. Now in here, guys, we still have Saurus in here. We're still seeing the original version of Baden. We have Trishia in here as well as a couple other heroes. And then of course, guys, 15 billion there, 10 billion with Swolus, and then almost 7.8, almost $8 billion here with the less than 40%. Now, one thing to remember, guys, if you're not familiar, the less than 40% in here is super important, because that is the trigger for Zolrath to do a lot more damage. So if you're above that 40% mark, and that is the boss's HP, so if it is north of 40%, not going to be doing as much damage overall. Now, he also breaks down the collections, which right here, season 11 ranked team collections. Again, for a majority of players, guys, you are going to have maybe a lower level of collections. Like even looking here, guys, the awakened version of Belinda has a 5 on Odin's collection. Now, overall, guys, that is very strong. I'm assuming, and it looks like there's only 1 on there, so those are just mythic abilities. And you can tell by these little tiny yellow, or these little tiny white stars you see on the side. Even looking here, guys, so that is a level 2, or essentially a level 1 collection right there. And these are the level 2 collections. And you can see, guys, he really put some time and effort into building not only this this visual out, but also these collections, guys. We have the awakened version of Athalia with 7 in here. And of course, 2 of those were the level ups. We have Liberta in here again with 6, but 2 of those are the level ups. And again, if there's 1 dot, then there's no level. 2 dots give us 1 level, and then all 3 dots give us the 2 skill level up to really build those out. And you can see, guys, Rem has a very strong. Now, with this guide, I want you to go in and you want to build out the collections for the heroes. So I say that kind of with a grain of salt because I know it takes an incredible amount of time to build out the collections. So if you're like me, guys, I went in there and when I built the collections, I looked at the heroes that I did not have a collection at all for. And the big reason is not only the Abyssal Expedition, but looking at the Cursed Realm and the Nightmare Corridor, having the collections even at a base level are going to be a game changer, especially because a majority of them, either you're running a collection that is of a lower power, or you're not running a collection or an artifact at all for those heroes. So first of all, I prioritize going through all of the damage dealers. So like Belinda, Athalia, Demia, Liberta, Rem, going through and really picking up all of your damage dealers and making sure that you have a really, really strong collection build on those. And then I went through the same with the support heroes, made sure we have the support. So this again, for a visual guide to go through here with the teams that we have on our left-hand side, this is an absolute game changer, guys, because you'll have the ability to go through here, pick up the collections for them. It is going to make a really, really big difference in the Abyssal Expedition. Then, of course, like I said earlier, having the heroes built and built up to a high level will make a difference as well. Now, looking down here, guys, we have a ton of alternate teams that are going in here and doing a considerable amount of damage. Now, of course, when we're looking at what 150, almost 150 plus heroes within AFK Arena, there is just an infinite number of variations that we can see in here. And that is kind of the display that you see here. Even looking where if you're missing some heroes or subbing in some heroes, a combination of some of these together, like for instance, if you don't have Eugene, you have Joan of Arc in there. There are, again, a lot of variations in here. We see the awakened version of Leica in here, kind of filling in some gaps in some teams. So you have a set of priority teams that you really want to build in that top left. And then, of course, these are a lot of the alternate teams based on who you do have built. Now, like I was saying earlier, guys, this again is going to be very dependent. It is also going to be very dependent on which relics you build within the Abyssal Expedition itself. So overall, guys, I know a lot of players have went a bunch of different ways. And again, this is very dependent on running what you have and really understanding the heroes that you have. You have to take a really strong look and a hard look at your heroes. See exactly which ones you have built in which classification. Now, the only caveat to that, guys, is I would say overall with the Abyssal Expedition, I wouldn't go in here for support. Because when you look at a majority of the heroes in here, a majority of the heroes in every formation, you have literally support heroes in every single formation. Now, we've seen this from the beta version. There were a couple players that wanted to run support, see exactly how strong it was building up all of the relics for support. Unfortunately, it was not super effective because any of the formations that are running a lot of heroes other than support, you're either using your Star of Dawn on there or you don't have enough relics to really support the rest of the teams. Now, if you're going in here, you're not being competitive, you're not too really worried about the rank in there, just have fun with the Abyssal Expedition. It is a great game mode overall. And then, of course, don't forget to use your best collection you have on the carry hero in a given team. Again, that is very, very important, guys, is when you look at the heroes. And again, this is the reason why I went through here and I prioritized my damage dealers first. And again, looking at each single team in here, making sure that you're building out your Athalias, your Rems, your Libertas, your awakened version of Belindas, the Leicas. There's a lot of heroes that are the primary damage dealers, not only for this Abyssal Expedition, but they are also the primary damage dealers when it comes to the Cursed Realm and the Nightmare Corridor, as well as the Treasure Scramble in most of the content that we do see. So again, guys, check out the AE comps. Big shout out to Ciro for putting this guide out, guys. Check out his channel. It is very, very cool to see that we are creating, some players are still creating some visuals. And check out the Discord server over there with the crowdsource. Again, I'm going to link it down below. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.